Namaskaram, my dear friends. Welcome to Musings with Mahesh Vinayakram. I'm really sorry for the technical glitch. It happens with the software because we are now on the digital platform. So today is yet another a family of us, I could say. And today's featuring guest is a very versatile singer, doctor, Charulatha Mani, and who's been doing a deep research on Indian music and especially on Raga system. And over 3 decades, she's been singing and taking the Carnatic music to the land of Australia, and she has been settled there. So, couple of conversations we had on the phone call after a long time, and we had a great chat on music. So, I just thought that we could put those into an episode. So, I would like to invite Dr. Charulatha Mani on the stage. Namaskaram.
Namaskar. Namaskaram,
Thanks for
namaskaram.
coming. Thanks for coming. I'm really sorry about the glitch because it happens sometimes when the system gets so much booted. It's a technical error. Sorry, sorry for making you wait on the. Yeah,
No problem at all. Mahesh, thank you for this platform to meet with hundreds and thousands of listeners who are across the globe. And just talking about the technical glitch, it's become a par for the course in today's world.
wow.
We all
Thanks
talk
for
about
accepting that
on the
in a
computer,
nice, graceful way.
so everyone understands it, so no problem. Very lovely. Thank you for this platform. Namaskaram.
Please, please. So to start with, why don't we start with your beautiful music? So before we go
Yeah,
for the session, and I leave the
yeah.
stage to you.
Thank you. A song on Lord Ganesha in the raga Sri Ranjani. Sariga madani sani da magari zani zani Gajavadana Karuna Sadana Gajavadana Karuna Sadana Shankara Bala Lambodara Sudara Gajavadana Karuna Sadana Shankara Bala ಲಂಬೋದರ ಸುಂದರ ಗಜವರನ ಕರುಣ ಸಗನ ಅಜನಮರೇಂದ್ರನು ಮುನಿವರು ಪಣಿಯೋ ಅಜನಮರೇಂದ್ರನು ಮುನಿವರು ಪಣಿயும் ಪಂಕಜ ಚರಣ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಪಂಕಜ ಚರಣ ಶರಣು ಶರಣು ಶ್ರೀ ಗಜವದನ கருணா சகனா நீயே மூலகேர் ஆதாரம் நீயே சிவகம மந்திரசாரம் நீயே வாழ்வில் ஜீவதாரம் நீ அருள்வாய் சுமுகா ಓಂಕಾರ ಗಜವದನ ಕರುಣಾ ಸದನ ಶಂಕರ ಬಾಲಂಬೋದರ ಸುಂದರ ಗಜವದನ ಕರುಣಾ ಸದನ ಆ, 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 Mm.
Salah, Sabbath. That was amazing, refreshing. Sri Ranjani, for us, it's evening. I know it's late evening for you. So it's a beautiful start for the session.
Thank
Great to
you.
hear that. So
Thank
I was just before we go for the subject. Also, I have some pictures to talk about, and also I thought we could share some of your videos that you have been doing. So talking about raga, what is raga in your perspective? I mean, it's a wider question, but if you ask me, everybody has their own inclination, and also I can't say it's an explanation; it's an experience altogether. So, for you,
Yes.
to do this, what is raga in your
Yeah.
perspective?
Yeah, it's an experience, is the exact word, and you have used it. So I'm at a loss for words, and it's a difficult question. But a raga for me is an immersive experience. So it takes you within where, within our own consciousness, and within the consciousness of the universe, because music is there in the universe around us. பிரணவநாதம்ங்கிறது வந்து நமக்கு சுத்தி இருக்கு, நமக்குள்ளேயும் இருக்கு. ஒருத்தொருத்தர்ட்டயும் இருக்கு. So the resonance between fellow humans, the resonance between living beings and the nature, that for me is music. And raga is a manifestation of that. The colors of existence. That for
Beautiful.
me is raga. Yeah. I think Mahesh is experiencing some technical difficulties here. But I suppose I'm online, so I guess I might just continue the conversation until the glitches are resolved. Um, Many of you may have.
There is a little bit of maybe there are two router which is working on them, so it's terribly sorry about it. So
No
speaking,
problem.
please, over to you. So you were just saying that it's about the resonance, as you say,
Yeah.
Nadam. Please
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, so I was just thinking that a raga is the way, the colors of existence, the ways in which music manifests. So the Saptaswaras are are modeled in so many ways and designed in so many ways to create those sequences of meaning, to create those pathways of understanding. And that's why sometimes we are able to connect with other forms of cultures and music through just listening. Both you and I, Mahesh, have traveled all over the world. We've performed with various, artists. Many of them we may not have met at all.
Exactly.
On the day of the performance, we've actually met them and we would have sung. So how does that happen? அதுவும் ராகம் தான், இதுவும் ராகம் தான். நம்ம பாடுற எல்லா சங்கீதமுமே அந்த ஒரு ராகம்ங்கிறது வந்து it is an organization of tonality.
Hmm.
Is
Beautifully
it?
said.
So in that way, I would go so far as saying that it's a universality of musical language and of rasa as well. So Ragamnu பேசும்போது, we had that conversation earlier, Mahesh. I remember we were talking about the emotions that music and ragas can give us.
Hmm.
And அந்த emotion குடுக்கும்போது ஒரு ராகம் என்ன emotion குடுக்குறது? What emotion does a raga give, um, at various times of the day, when various people are singing it, and the way in which the ornamentation, the gamakas that are associated with the raga, everything is interwoven very intricately.
Beautifully said. And I
Yeah.
have been enjoying some of your very special videos of Isai Payanam
Yeah.
and very important facts which you have been sharing. So it comes on the practical version where, like, so speaking about the raga, I was also in, as you said that I have been traveling. So
Yeah.
in India, if you see, I mean, for the people who are watching, there are two strong grammars in India. You can say that I mean, the one which comes from the northern India is called the Hindustani technique of learning Indian art form, and where I hails from, and of course, Charu also hails from the southern one, which is called Karneti Atakam, Carnatic tradition, which is from
Very.
Dakshinayana, from the southern region. So these are the two strong grammars which are the beauty of India. If you say India, India is color, India is music, India is amazing. because within a radius of 200 kilometers of geography, you see different set of people wearing different set of clothes, different set of food they are having, different set of music. So
Mm,
India is so diverse in nature. In that way, the raga, the travel of raga is so intense, and also it's so diverse in nature. As you said,
very.
coming back to the raga, where like you have I mean, there are many facets to it. Technically you group the raga in a technically in a different way, but for me it's a feeling beyond the physical. As I
Yeah.
always say that left side brain is connected to the survival, and right is
Mm,
connected to the heart chakra. So
mm,
once you surrender yourself to the floor wherever you are,
mm,
and when the nada travels, when the
mm,
sound travels
mm,
on the human physical body, it
mm.
penetrates on not only the chakras but the meridians, what we call
Yeah.
nadi. So the
Mm.
total nadis are the effect of the system of Janaka Raga and Janya Raga. So the
Right. Right.
combinations of the 72 parent ragas are completely related to the supersonic cosmic rays. So out of the 72 parent ragas, which are splitted into the two halves bisection of 36,
Mm,
and each of the groups, I mean, it's quite a technical, scientific analysis, which is
mm.
completely connected to the cosmic. So we have almost
Right.
forgotten that we are cosmic in nature. So that's
Mhm,
why
mhm,
we hail.
mhm,
Not every day is same, so
mm,
each day differs. The same way the raga is the swara. Swara is the Veda. So we call
mm,
Veda as swara only. So
mm.
in precise, it's it's swara devata. So ragas are
Right.
entity. So in
They
entity,
are.
you try
Yes.
to achieve the experience of singing a raga. So however your observations and technique, however you learn, the kind of surrender you do yourself, and you see the supersonic force which is taking us, that
Mm,
is raga. I mean, it's just one of the kind of spiritual way of saying. So when the nada travels on the body, it goes to a different level of yogic practices, and it attains to a moksha where it goes to a silence, super silence. So
mm,
that's been achieved on a yogic science. So in
mm,
nada it is very faster, because the
mm.
sound travels more faster than the light. So in that
Oh,
way,
yeah. Mm,
yeah. So I've been doing a very
mm,
interesting, subject, a thesis on ragas in
mhm,
relation
mhm.
with the nerves, the
With the
biology
nerves.
of the
Okay.
raga, the
Okay.
nerve system.
Okay. Okay.
So how you react,
Very interesting.
frequency. So
Okay.
98.2 is like a really noise, and then zero point 0.2 differs, and zzz, and then 98.3 immediately frequency comes on, and then you enjoy. The same way
Ah,
you tune
yeah.
yourself. So the nada, like the shruti, and then when you come to a one point where like your body is aligned, because it gets to that
Yeah.
state. So it's so
Yeah.
beautiful
And you're
to
very
see
right.
how it reacts. And I thought it's an interesting topic to speak. And before
It
we talk
can be.
on insight, I have a very beautiful video for the people to watch. I think it's
Mhm.
one of your live performance where you have been singing along with your friends and sishyas, I believe. So let's
Yeah.
listen
It.
to that
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that you can take
It.
a coffee break and then come back,
Yeah.
enjoy
Yeah.
talking about the raga.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Sabash. So that was a
Thank
night
you.
show, I think so. Where was this?
This was for I did workshops
Okay.
for an organization called Indian Ocean Performing Arts. So
In
they're all
Melbourne?
people from Perth. No, in Perth.
Okay,
So
in
I
Perth.
traveled across the country and I
Yeah.
did a 2-day workshop and worked with those people in that area. They are students of various Vidwans and Vidushis.
That's so good because you try to incorporate so much with the the land. I mean, like people from their country, like the people who are living in
Yeah,
Australia. You can see that there are
correct.
Tamilians who have been living in all the countries. I could see so many interesting people who really wanted to learn that. So it's nice that you embrace all
Yeah.
the students and also on. That's so good. That's
So
beautiful.
we had instrumentalists for that. We had mridangam players. We had
Yeah,
even
I
a
could see
guitarist to
Birmingham.
enroll, and
Oh,
it was a very interesting. Mm,
very nice. That's so beautiful. I think you have taken the Indian music across the globe, where like now you have settled yourself in Australia and
yeah.
being there, taking the Indian art form. And how do you feel? I mean, like about this journey. I know
Mm.
it's not easy, and
Yeah. It.
you have been
Yeah.
working so much hard, and I've
Yeah.
also been seeing your journey. It's so beautiful and very
Thank you.
interesting. I've seen some of the episodes where you have really shared some nice points and
Yeah.
highlighting things, deep insights of raga and the music.
Yeah.
So tell us about
Yeah.
your journey.
So the journey has been incredible, Mahesh. And as you all, as Appa, as Vinayakram, Sir says, um, it has not been in my hands or choice. It's been a divine hand
True.
that has guided all of us, I think. Whoever is in the music field, there has to be divinity associated with it. So whatever I have learned and the insights and whatever I'm giving, it's a passageway from a divinity. That's how I see it.
Mm.
I started learning music from my mother, Srimati Hemalata Mani. You may know.
Yes.
Um, she has played along with T.S. Subhash Chandran எல்லாரோடையும் வாசிச்சிருக்கா back then in the
Yes.
70s and 80s, and even now she takes classes in Chennai. So my
Okay.
first guru, and even today my guru, is my mother in many ways, in language, Tamil language, in ways of understanding and uncompromisingly doing justice to music, keeping commitment. Ellame, my mother has been a great source of inspiration. I learned from Sri Sandhyavandaram Srinivasa Rao and his son Sri Purnapragya Rao. So T.L. Venkatramaya, the lineage of school,
Lineage. Wow.
the lineage which I really appreciate. And then I've had the good fortune of learning with KSK Mama, Calcutta KS Krishnamurthy
Wow.
Mama, and then Pallavi Venkatramaya for intricacies in Ragam Tanam Pallavi and rhythmic
Oh, wow.
structures.
So you had learned
So
with
that has
Pallavi
been.
sir.
Uh,
Okay.
that has been my journey in Chennai. After that, the performances happened and Isai Payanam happened, and live, I mean, in JR TV as well as in live platforms. And that's what made me really well known to the people who wanted to know more about Carnatic music. So I found that in Chennai, there is a thirst for understanding what they are hearing, but that was not being met. So people were going to concerts, they were listening, they were being given concerts. Okay, you start with a Varnam and then there's an implicit notion that this is how it will run, this is what it is. But Isaipanam challenged those assumptions and gave the audience a knowledge, a precursor of what is to be expected, why that should be expected, what is in a raga, what do they already know about the raga. So connecting them to their prior knowledges, to the future knowledges, and also not belittling the knowledge they already have of film songs, because a very rich part of our Tamil culture or Indian culture is the film
It's
songs.
associated with
And
the
yeah,
cinema, what you call
yeah,
semi-classical, or what we call as Bollywood or horror. I mean, like Bollywood or
Kollywood or
yes,
Tamil
you name it
cinema. Yeah,
anything. Cinema
yeah,
songs.
yes. So Isai Payanam for me was that way to connect everybody to Carnatic Raga, to Carnatic Kritis, to Carnatic Kacheri, and also to what they already are familiar with, and we
Correct.
all are familiar with, is,
Exactly.
film songs. I mean, even MS Amma, MS அம்மா ஃபிலிம்ல பாடி சேவா சதனம், மீரா
Yeah,
இதுலலாம்
yeah,
வந்துட்டு
Bollywood.
தான் ஃபிலிம்
And then she,
கர்நாடிக்ல
yes,
கொடிகட்டி பறந்திருக்கா. ஸோ
Yes,
யாருமே ஸ்வயம்பு கிடையாது.
exactly,
இப்போ வந்து ஃபிலிம்ல கம்போஸ் பண்றவாளுக்கு வந்து அது ஒரு ஞானம். எல்லாமே ஞானம் தான்.
exactly.
It's all forms of knowledges. So Isaipanam connected that. And then between 2007, 6 and 2015, I was so busy touring the world, doing Isaipanam concerts, singing for films as well. I started singing for music directors like Vijay Antony, Haris Jayaraj, and working also with Bollywood composers like Vishal Shekhar and Chennai Express, where I composed the song. The Pasuram was composed by me. So that was really a whirlwind journey of around a decade in the prime of my youth, where I really could understand where music could take me, where fame could take me. So I tasted fame. But after that, a time comes in every person's life when they want to learn more and they want to expand their own knowledge
Hmm.
so that it's a gentle kind of a way to check in with yourself. We all need that check in with ourselves. So that's what happened to me when I migrated to Australia in 2015. I took it as an opportunity to learn further and I joined my PhD at the Queensland Conservatorium Griffith University, where I completed my PhD in Carnatic voice and opera, early Italian opera of 17th century. So the beginning of opera, very
Beautiful.
golden era. And then I started performing intercultural performances. But ellame, I kept in touch with India, with Chennai, because of the online age. இப்போ நம்ம மாதிரி ஆட்கள் we are doing this online and we are therefore spreading a culture of sharing that is transnational. It's not just Chennai. It's not just Mumbai. It's
True.
everywhere. And I think
Exactly.
we are sitting at a very momentous point in history where transnational existence is become a norm.
It's beautiful. I mean, like, your diction is so sophisticated that that really shows the how much have you learned, and then so you've put that
Thanks.
on the text, so which is your journey, and it's so beautiful. And also the practical isai payanam is very
Mm.
enjoyable, and I
Um,
personally enjoy, because as you say, it's very important fact that being a Chennite and also being in India, especially in
mm,
southern India, we always associate a raga. For example, for
mm,
instance, you ask anybody, so like கல்யாணி ராகம் தெரியுமா அப்படின்னா உடனே
mm,
they associate any one of the
mm.
அதை வச்சு தான் நான் கல்யாணி கண்டுபிடிப்பேன். அத வச்சு தான் நான்
Khandipa,
இந்த சக்கரபரணம் ரெடி
definitely,
பண்ணுவேன். இத வச்சு தான் எனக்கு இந்த
definitely.
ராகமே தெரியும். ஓ! அப்படியா?
Mm,
அப்படின்னா பென்டடானிக் ஸ்கேல்ஸ்லாம் இஃப் யூ சே லைக் ஹம்சநாதம் ஆர் ஹம்சத்வனி இல்ல இது இந்த ராகம்
mm,
இது அது மாரி இருக்குமா? இது அது மாரி இருக்குமா? So that's
mm.
the starting point for the people to get into closer to the Indian grammar, which is Carnatic music.
Definitely,
So
definitely. Yeah.
some people have seen that they are not singers, but they are
Mm.
really so very well on learning ragas and listening
Um,
ragas and identifying the ragas. So I've seen that
Khandipa,
that's the
yes.
bridge. So what you have done is a very nostalgic one, because it's a bridge between the tradition, which is the traditional Carnatic music, and to take that and spread it to the mass. It's not easy
Yes.
job, and since
Yeah.
cinema music has been a bridge, so it's a beautiful path where like connecting the Carnatic music to the masses using this platform. It was so
Yeah.
easy and also accessible for the people who say that, who can sing something. They're little inhibit saying that, I
Mm,
know music,
mm,
but எனக்கு கர்நாடிக் மியூசிக் தெரியாது. எனக்கு ரொம்ப
mm, mm,
ரெஸ்பெக்டட்.
mm,
ஆனா நான் பயமா
mm.
இருக்கும். நான் பாட மாட்டேன். ஸோ இஃப் யூ சே தட்,
அதான்.
நீங்க அத பத்தி கவலைப்படாதீங்க. இப்ப நீங்க
ஆ,
பாடுறதும் கல்யாணி தான். உங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா?
ஆ,
அப்படின்னா, ஓ! அப்படியா? ஓ! நான் கல்யாணியா
ம்.
பாடுனேன். ஆமா, நீங்க பாடுனது கல்யாணி தான். அப்படின்னா they will have some hope. So this is a
Yes,
hope for the
exactly.
people to
It's a
give
hopeful
and
thing.
to
Very
connect
rightly said.
themselves to the music, and in any context, if they
Yeah, in
activate
any context.
their
Yeah, yeah,
artistic brain. That is the whole idea in a
ஆமா.
system and our consciousness of living. And so it the more it connects inside is what
Mm.
is the music or any art form. So let it
Yeah,
be
and
dance or thing. This is the idea that I tell the people, that this
yeah,
conversation is so interesting because it creates such positive approach in the life for the people
mm,
to listen. Because in this pandemic, people always been
mm,
talking about saying that, negativity, this is
yeah,
masses, and then this, instead going to the going to just deal with so much of thing. And when you put so much
mm,
of energy on knowing what is
mm.
negative, it's
அதான்.
really a
Yeah.
good approach to take a little time to
Mm,
appreciate what is goodness and what is to live a kingdom and to live a king's life. It's quite
mm.
easy. Not that
ஆமா.
you
Yeah.
have to really go to the a palace to live on. If you have a
Mm,
neat clothing and the basic
mm,
things, and if you
mm,
clean yourself inside, when there is God
mm,
in you, she lives
mm,
in me, and here I am
mm.
to celebrate. So this is the culture what we have been doing, and this is the richest element of Indian approach to their lifestyle. Even if you have a
You're very
small
right.
people come
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
accept
Yeah.
you, embrace you with love. So this approach would be so much possible when you stimulate the artistic brain. Let it be music, dance, art, or writing, anything which creates,
Yeah.
which is connected to the artistic brain. So back
Yeah,
to
and
your.
yeah, it's yes, exactly. And it's also to do with the well-being, as you rightly said, because it makes you feel hopeful, happy, positive.
Mm,
And going back to Isaipanam, the way it connects these genres that we are familiar with also democratizes music, I feel, Mahesh, because Carnatic music was increasingly becoming closeted in bigger halls with influential kind of setups. The idea of something like Isai Painam is to make to make everyone feel included, to
inclusiveness.
increase,
Yeah,
yes,
that's
to increase
beautiful.
the inclusivity of the art form. Back then, my grandmother used to say, திருவடைச்சு பந்தல் போட்டு கச்சேரி இருக்கும். ஸோ அந்த காலத்துல கேபி சுந்தராம்பாள் இவாள்லாம் பாடும்போது, ஒரு மகாராஜபுரம் விஸ்வநாதையர்லாம் பாடும்போது, தெருவ அடைச்சு பந்தல் போட்டு கச்சேரி இருக்கும். So what it means is that it's a concert for the community. It's the concert for the people. It's the concert where the art is brought to the homes of people, to their society and their livelihoods. It is not bringing people to marble floored palaces. On the
True,
contrary, on the
true.
contrary. So something like Isai Painam is that it broke that path to people,
Hmm.
and I feel that that has been yeah, it has been a milestone. It's helped other youngsters come up and do similar things. Yeah.
Exactly. So interestingly going on. And before we go on to the hardcore of something related to the Raga system, you can just give us some insights about the technique or whatever your research
Yeah.
is all about with the technique. So before that,
Yeah.
I wanted to share one more video of yours
Hmm.
extending the music with your friends along with different immigrants, I believe. So let's listen
Yes.
to that and
Yeah.
then come back.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It was African, Asian, and
Yeah.
so much of strings there. He was playing
Mm.
kalimba. That's one of my favorite, which I've been doing. I play kalimba. I collect instruments, so that's one
Ah.
of my things. So I have been collecting so much of instrument. Though my
Mm.
perfection and also my thing is about melody, but I take the rhythm inside and then I portray
Mm.
the melody aspect, like how piano is just a percussive instrument, but its outcome is
Correct.
musical and melodic the same way. That was very
You're
beautiful.
very right. You're very
Let
right.
us
Thank you
know.
so much. That was a clip of our ensemble called Lullaby Land, which featured migrant musicians from various parts of the world. And we sang lullabies from our culture. So that was featured at the Multicultural Arts Festival here in Brisbane
Brisbane.
last year, which was, yeah, it was very beautifully
When you said Brisbane,
received.
it makes me really remember my collaboration with ethno music. So ethno concept is where
Yeah,
like combinations and also the unison of different cultures and musicians all together. So we were all together, 50 musicians traveling, staying in Gold Coast for
yeah,
10 days on the forest in this, and then we did some music and then we performed in Woodford Festival. So that's the
yeah.
idea, and then we came with the album. So that's how my Australia visit started, and then of course I
Oh,
came to
really?
Melbourne.
Oh,
Then I
mm,
had visited Perth Festival the year
yeah,
after year. I came twice to Perth Festival in Perth International Festival. Then I get
right.
to Brisbane. Then I've been to Melbourne for the APAP, and that's the
Mm-hmm,
connection. And very popularly, I could say one of my
mm,
very popular. Collaboration with Dub Effects. His name is Mr.
ah,
Ben. He's a
uh-huh,
street boxer,
uh-huh,
I mean beatboxer, who started
okay.
from the street performance, and now
Ah,
he has gone to a completely entire arena performer. His name is Ben.
indeed.
Dub effects. And if you type Mahesh Vinayakram on YouTube, you will see only me performing
Ah,
with that, and we achieved more than 5 million views in the in
wow.
somewhere around 10 days of watching. I mean, these are
Oh,
just
gosh.
the digits,
Yeah.
but why I'm saying is that this is the connection, how we have the human connection and the music, and this is how I feel that the
Mm,
acceptance of the music and the
mm,
musicians is very
mm,
important when we
yeah,
travel together. So you
yeah.
accept people. So when I book my artist, when I'm on the
Mm,
stage, I've
mm,
always like more than the mathematics, I always prefer on the chemistry. So if
and
I give a note, it
ah,
should be
ah,
they should give a laugh so that he can support me. So more than the
correct.
chemistry, I will say alchemy. So
Yeah.
I should really
Yeah.
admire the violin playing and the mridangam so that it brings a
Mm,
unity. So it brings a complete unity among the artists. What happens is
yeah.
that that turns into experience. So when people
You're
come,
very right.
it's so
Yeah.
phobic. So they get that's the flavor of India. India's music is so popular because of the ideology behind the performance. So the violin and
Indeed.
the singer
Mm,
sings, and then the violin
mm,
comes apart, and
mm,
then when they
mm,
are united, mridangam
mm,
comes so that the other
mm,
accompanying instrument follow the
mm,
mridangam, and then the
mm.
upapakavadim. So it becomes a chain, and all
Yeah.
together it's like a huge force, a sacred fire which is happening. So to watch
Correct.
that becomes
Yeah.
an experience, and it's out of the concert they go back home,
Mm,
not
mm,
only with the music but also with the
mm.
feeling of fulfillment and satisfaction. That
Correct. Just
really goes,
having been, yeah,
you know, that's so
just
beautiful.
having witnessed that team
Yeah.
effort. So in
So
a
I
in
think
a
I think in
Carnatic
this
concert, the
juncture,
team
it's
effort.
really going like
Yeah.
I think we can go like a 3 episodes, but
Yeah.
before we go for that, I think we can
Yeah.
cover the topic of raga. So give us insight of the raga and the classification, and then a little bit of
Mm,
insight on raga.
yeah. Let me give. Let me turn the tambura on.
Yeah, I'll off the stage so that stage is yours.
Um, I think let me give my explanation in the light of a certain raga, so it's easier to understand and fathom. Balaji is a raga that is popular in Carnatic music, but also in Hindustani music. Hmm. Saga pada ni da re, 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 re. கூவி அழைத்தால் குரல் கொடுப்பார் குமரன் கூவி அழைத்தால் குரல் கொடுப்பான் பரம் குன்றமேறி நின்று குமராய என்று கூவி அழைத்தால் குரல் கொடுப்பான். Let me unpack this line. கூவி அழைத்தால் அதுல அந்த கமகம் சை சாணி தப்ப. How does one call? Kuvi Araithal means to project your voice and call. You're calling Lord Muruga. But how does one call? Kuvi Araithal. அது it's a mix of loudness but also fondness. So the gamaka there, the function of the ornamentation becomes not only to abet the raga, not only for the raga lakshana of Valaji, but also for the lyrics. So word and raga go hand in hand in expressing the bhava in that context. கூவி அழைத்தால் குரல் கொடுப்பான். Koduppan is a word that has got multiple syllables and that has to be sung together. Koduppan. Kural
Koduppa.
Koduppan. Koduppan. So the words become the master. They dictate the way in which the raga has to sit. However, the raga is the queen of syntax. Kural Koduppan. Param Kundram, Periya Kundram. It's a mountain that's big. Param Jaru. The function of the Gamaka Jaru. Gapasa, Gapadani, Apagaza. Valajila, there are a lot of Jarus. The Raga Valaji abounds in Jarus. Gapadani Sanida. Kural Kodupan Param Kundrameri Nindra Kumaraya Dani Sagas. That's interesting because the jaru between the shadra and the gandhara also becomes a function of calling out.
Mm.
What can be more apt? So in Carnatic music, there is that correspondence is very beautiful, and that is what is evidenced in Tyagaraja Kritis or Dikshitar Kritis or even modern Kritis like Kuvi Araital in Tamil. So that is why the raga exists as a cement. It is that
Beautiful.
cement that brings everything together. And then you say, well, what is this? This is a composition in the raga Valaji.
Mm.
So அது ஒரு அம்மா மாதிரி. இது யாரு? This is the child of so and so. அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி the raga is the signature.
Mm.
And a comparable raga in North Indian ல வந்து ஒரு paramпरिक song. मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे द्वार तुम्हारे आओ हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे हे पावन परमेश्वर मेरे मन ही मन शर्माए मैली चादर ओढ़ के कैसे.
Aha, beautiful. That's Kalavati. So they tag it as
Yeah.
Kalavati. So it's so beautiful that there's two strong grammars, and the swaras are very similar, but the names differs and the accent differs. And how do you express is very
Yeah,
beautiful.
and how we express it is all connected to language, Mahesh, I feel. And also
Exactly.
this is a Mishrit Kalavat. So the
Yeah,
way
because
in
there is a
which,
one note which is foreign note.
yes,
Uh,
correct. So there are a lot of, so this language, this those choices of the sounds
yeah.
அது நம்ம தமிழ் பேசும்போது தமிழ் மாரி பேசுறோம். இங்கிலீஷ் பேசும்போது இங்கிலீஷ் மாரி பேசுறோம். ஹிந்தி பேசும்போது ஹிந்தி மாரி தான் பேசணும்.
Exactly. Very beautiful.
So
So
அதுதான்
like
ராகம். ராகம் வந்து it gives us an array. It's like a box of chocolates. ஒரு ராகத்த மாஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டா, it's like taking a box of Ferrero Rocher home. You can select one for the day and eat it. என்ன?
that's very
Both of us
true.
like chocolate. We have met in many a
I can remember
duty-free
that.
shop
Yeah, yeah.
in our travels, and then we have shared coffee and chocolate and had conversations about music. So, yeah.
That's very true because that's a very thing that I also wanted to share where like there is a concept in North Indian tradition called chilla. So chilla
Ah,
technique is a 41 days technique of art form.
mm,
So you go to a teacher, you go to a mentor or teacher, guru, you get a
mm,
sankalp, like you get to a commitment saying that
mm.
41 days you will travel with the sound which is raga or whatever it is. So you do
Uh-huh.
the same raga for 41 days and you get that
Uh-huh.
that's the travel of chilla.
Mm,
So I tried to inspire the concept and I did on my own. So I took the
mm,
chilla concept and I tried to achieve 31 days instead of 41 days. So I started in Margari and then I
uh-huh.
ended in Sankranti. So whole of the 31 days, the time zone. So you have to get up in the early
Uh-huh.
morning before
Mm,
sunrise. So the same raga, how it reacts, and the sanchara and your vinyasam, how it
uh-huh.
affects and how you are able to
Oh.
produce in
Uh,
morning hours and
uh-huh.
noon and late
Uh,
noon and night. So I spent one Suddha Madhyamam. I tried first
mm,
Prati Madhyamam, Mecha
mm.
Kalyani. I did a Kalyani, I did Shankarabharanam. So I did Mecha
சரி.
Kalyani, I did
ஆ,
Shankarabharanam.
ஆ,
So the travel was very beautiful. So the first 3 5 days,
ம்,
it's not alarm waking you up. It is the
ம்.
message what you feel in the subconscious mind saying that
Oh, yes.
you up.
Yeah.
So when you have an early flight tomorrow, or the next day early
Mm.
morning, you
Yeah.
definitely get up. So when you have a
Indeed.
very, very
Indeed.
relaxed French Sunday, you would never be able to get up in the early 4 o'clock. So it's just the message what you
Yeah.
feed the brain saying that you're okay
Ah,
and tomorrow's good. You have to get up
mm.
because it's an early flight. So you
Yeah.
always feed the
Correct.
brain, and so it's a very intellect one where like
Mm.
it should be handled in a very proper way. So if you
Mm.
know how to master that, then you become artistry, and then that becomes your
Mm.
control. That's called sadhana.
Correct.
How we do on a
Sadhana.
yogic practice, we transform that principle and into the nada, where like it's a beautiful journey. So I
Mm.
tried the chilla technique in my own way. I didn't
Uh-huh.
condition myself to anything, but I was committed. So all these 31 days, it was a journey. So I could find
Okay.
that
Mm.
within the 7 days, you get to know the raga. So I found the technique
Mm.
called 8 steps to sing raga alapana.
Mm.
So I found
Mm.
a thesis called 8 Steps to Sing Raga Alapana, which I can give you a YouTube link. It goes like that. So
Mm.
you get to know many technique. Then you know that today
Mm.
I'm really fine. I cannot do the Sanchara on the male Gandharam. That's my limit.
Mm.
Then you will limit.
Mm.
So you will say that
Mm.
today I'm really on the mood. I'm going, but my body doesn't allow. So it's a journey. Each of
Mm.
you get to know many facets of the sound penetration of
Mm.
that. Then you'll say that
Mm.
okay, I'm in the mood of doing it. I'm really going in, and
Mm.
today, but I don't get the sanchara because I'm not there, because my
Mhm.
mind is here, my body is here, my mind is
Mm.
still wavering. Of course not.
Mm.
I'm getting closer to the conditioning of some. So it's a
Mm.
journey altogether. So when you
Yeah.
do the same raga for 31 days, you
Mm.
will see how it reacts on your layers of your body and inside.
Mm.
So when you finish, it becomes a tonic for you. So when you know
Indeed.
the
Indeed.
how the raga journey is all about, then you get a different perspective. So your observation is the main
Mm.
feeds for your improvisation, which is
Mm.
manodharma, but
Mm.
altogether you get a different dimension and you get a powerful tools to expand your manodharma. So that was my journey. I
Correct.
wanted to share that with you.
That sounds very fascinating, Mahesh. I'm really happy that you enjoyed. It reminds me of another friend here who did the same for her flute practice in Western flute practice. She did
Wow.
the same kind of pieces for a prolonged period of time. But what she did was she also wrote a a journal. She kept a journal of her experiences, which you may have been familiar with, but that is a popular research device as well to record your experiences as in the form of a journal, and then your journey is not forgotten, but it is memorialized in verb in the writing.
I think it's really shooted up 1 hour more, but I was just aiming for 40 minutes. But it has really gone so much. I think we should have a volume two or part two continue with
Yeah,
some other days when your schedule applies. And also before
definitely.
we close up the session,
Yeah.
I thought that we could make this as a beautiful musical birthday celebration. So there are some
Okay.
couple of wishes for you from your lovely
Yeah.
friends, so
Yeah.
which I thought that that could be a surprise for
Yeah.
you. So are you ready for the
Yes.
surprise?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, let's go for it.
Yeah.
Namaste. I am Bindu Rajendran, a Mohiniyattam dance practitioner based in Brisbane, Australia. I met Charu about 4 years ago, and when I first heard her sing, I thought her voice was as luxurious as silk. And to this day, that is what I think of her. She is an amazing musician, um, very generous with her time in collaborating with artists, and always willing to share knowledge with artists and also the community alike.
And there is another video
Yeah.
which
Happy birthday, dear Charu. I just want to say I'm so glad that we have met. You inspire me in so many ways, and I get to learn so much from you. Your knowledge on music is amazing and so inspiring. Hopefully, we'll get to work more and more. I'm wishing you all the best for the rest of the year and years ahead. Bye.
Namaste, everybody. I'm singer Shri Madhumita. I'm very happy to be on this FB chat. I'm here to wish my sister, Dr. Charulatha Mani, a very happy birthday. What can I say about her music and her journey? I think our journeys are very similar because we are born in a musical family. Um, and she's, of course, 7 years older than me. So I have grown up seeing her sing. I have sat and watched her her classical music classes all the time. I think many a time she would practice for 2-3 hours with her master, with her music teacher, and I would just be lying down on my mother's lap, enjoying and subconsciously taking in all those songs and kritis that she learnt. So I think we are karmically and musically connected in a lot of ways. She, of course, established herself more in, in the classical Carnatic music side, and her research and programs and on ragas are really educational and very inspiring. Um, as her sister, I always admire her confidence, her tenacity, her passion for raga, especially. Her work on Isaipayanam is incredible and remarkable. It was a pioneering effort for her time, and I think even in the past or even now, I think very few people can actually explain and elaborate and also show that love for ragas through their concert in the way that Charu does. That is her stamp, that is her signature. And I'm very proud of her that she is here in Australia and she's establishing her musical identity here as well as a researcher, as a doctorate holder, and she's growing from strength to strength. I think this is what our mother, our parents always wish for us. Their blessings are always with us. And the universe is blessing, and God's grace is always upon Charu and her family. So, wishing her a very happy birthday again, and have a great musical chat. Thank you.
So that's the beautiful wishes from your sister. So I thought I could surprise you
Yeah.
before you go.
Thank
So
you so much. Yeah. January 20th was my birthday, and this invitation came at the right time. So I'm so happy to be celebrating with musical friends and family. So the first
nice.
person was Bindu Rajendran. She's a very acclaimed Mohiniyattam dancer. The second person is Rosanna Azad, the Bangladeshi singer who lives here. She's very acclaimed. And the third, of course, my dear sister, Sri Madhumita, a famous singer in her own right. And so I'm very pleased. Thank you for this surprise, Mahesh. It's so this was
You're
fun. This
welcome.
was
You've
really
been our
good
part
fun.
of family, so not to worry. So, and there has
Yes.
been a friend request. I mean, like there's been a request from one of your fan, maybe. His name is
Okay.
Shakti Kannan. So I'll
Fair.
push on the to show you so that you can read it. So he
I
says,
love
"I love
Kamash
Kamas
Ragam.
Ragam so much in your voice, Charulata ma'am.
Hmm.
Few lines to me, please." So before we wind, a few
Absolutely.
lines of Kamas for Mr. Shakti Kannan.
Yes.
See it.
Hmm. Ta-da-ra-ra-ra. Ta-da-ra-ra-ra-ra. Ta-da-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Ta-da-ra-ra-ra-ra-ra. Brocheva Arevărură, Ninuvina Raghuvara Nanu Brocheva Arevărură. O ಚತುರ್ನನಾದಿ ವಂದಿತನೇ ಕುಪ್ಪರಾಗೇಲ ನಯ್ಯ ಓ ಚತುರ ನನಾದಿ ವಂದಿತನೇ ಕುಪ್ಪರ ಕೇಲನಯ್ಯ నీ చరితము పొగడలేని నా చింత దీర్చి వారములిచి వేగమేస సనిద బదని సనిద బమ పదమగ మా పదని సనిద బమనిద పమగమ పద మగరిజ సమాగమ పదమ పదని సరి ని సద దదని పదమ పదని సనిద బమ మనిదని పదమ పదని సమాగరి సరిస్స నిద బస నిద బమగమ పదని ప్రో చేవ.
Shabash. That's beautiful, Kamash. So happy, Charles
Thank you.
Chan. Thanks for joining us. And I think we
Thank
should
you.
do the part two with so much of music. And I think if your schedule permits, maybe in the next few upcoming months, maybe we can
Yeah,
schedule. But so happy that within your time
absolutely.
limits, it's almost
Yeah,
night there in your
yeah,
country where you
yeah,
live. It's beautiful that you came and it turned
yeah.
into a music birthday celebration of Charu
I
altogether.
know, I know. Thank you,
Really
Mahesh.
appreciate,
You're definitely a brother to me,
of
and
course.
your family I greatly respect. So thank you, and I take all these wishes with all my hearts. I'd like to show a a beautiful vase of roses that was given to me by all my family and friends for my birthday, and share this fragrance with every one of you. May your year be as fragrant and beautiful as these roses. And
Beautiful.
my good wishes to you.
Thank you, Charu, so much. Thank you so much
Namaskaram.
for
Namaskaram.
joining. Thank you so much. That was so kind of you.
Thank you so much. Namaskaram, Mahesh. Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. I'm really sorry about the technical glitch. As you all know that I have been singing. I usually sing, but this time it was so beautiful that Charu could make so much of insight on raga. I'm sure we'll make another one, which is an part two on upcoming months. So I would like to show you and share you the raga meditation series which I have been doing. It's quite available on all the digital platform. So I would like to play you a simple glimpse of Karara Priya for you all before I sign off. Ah சிவாய நமவோம் ஹராய நமவோம் சிவாய நமவோம் ஹராய நமவோம் சிவாய 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 நமவோம் சிவாய 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 நமவோம் சிவாய 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 நமவோம் சிவாய நமவோ சிவாய சிவ 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 சிவாய நமவோ சிவாய 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 நமவோ ஹராய நமவோ சிவாய நமவோ ஹராய நமவோ ஹர ஹர சங்கர ஜய ஜய சங்கர 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 எங்கேனும் இருந்தும் அடியேன் உனை நினைந்தாய் எங்கேனும் இருந்தும் அடியேன் உனை நினைந்தார் அங்கே வந்து என் உடனுடனாகி நின்று அருளி இங்கே கங்காநாயகனே கங்காநாயகனே எங்கேனும் விருதுவடியேனுரை நினைந்தான் அங்கே வந்து என் உடனுடனாகி நின்று அருளி இங்கே என் வினையை கருத்துட்டு எனையாடும் கங்காநாயகனே பாதியானை ஒன்றொரு துணையினி மருமையும் காணேன் வருந்தருள் மரமாவரம் பெற்றேன் சுற்றிய சுற்றமு துணையென்று நான் தருதேன் சுற்றிய சுற்றமு துணையென்று நான் தருதேன் துணை என்று நான் தொழப்பட்ட சுடரை முக்தி ஞானமுவானவர் அறியா முறை முறை பல பல நெறிகளை காட்டி கற்பனை கற்பித்த கடவுளை எறியே கழுமடவன நகர் கண்டு கொண்டேனே சிவா 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 ஹர ஹர சங்கர ஜய ஜய சங்கர 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 ஹர ஹர சங்கர ஜய ஜய சங்கர